Get on my level. I'm koala riding a rocket ship right now.
That's me. Glasses and all.
You got to protect yourself. You're soaring through space.
Exactly.
We're looking at the front label of a hard yerba mate right now. Your faithful hosts here are enjoying some drugs.
Yeah.
Combining the jacked up energy of a yerba mate with 4.4% alcohol. So they took the hard kombucha model and they said, oh yeah, what if we fucking send you to space? I guess it's not a ton of caffeine.
They said, let's do it. I mean, it's a decent amount. It's almost as much of a cup of coffee, like a little short of a cup of coffee. Is that so?
Okay. I'm not good with my transmissions there, but I just think of a yerba mate to me is like one of the more intense.
Oh yeah.
Caffeinated beverages.
Usually yerba mate is around like 125.
Okay.
220.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're like half of that.
Exactly.
Less right now. So we're drinking, maybe we can just, where are these people from? This is a cider company has made a hard yerba mate, and this one is guava, and it's pretty good.
Yeah.
Guava tea.
Waveline. Check it out if you're in Washington.
Yeah,
we're not sponsored by them, but
yeah,
maybe we will be.
What's up, Schilling Cider? Where are you from?
Yeah, what do you think the taste of this? Because yerba mate has a very unique taste.
Well, I in college was hard on those guayakis.
Oh, I love a guayaki.
Nice stout glass bottle of guayaki.
Yeah.
This tastes the same as those to me.
Okay.
It's kind of tart. I don't know. Kind of like tea. Not super carbonated.
Mm-hmm. I went on like a big yerba keg.
Were you drinking? Were you like out of the gourd with the straw?
I wish. No, it was the Guayaki brand, but the classic gold, the ones that come in cans, because they have this brand that comes in cans that have higher caffeine percentages than the ones that are in bottles.
This paper ain't gonna finish itself.
Exactly. And I'd use it was like a few years back. I went through just a hard drinking 2 yerba mates a day.
You feel like a little more self-respect than if you just slam 2 rock stars on your road trip. Like, it's a tea, so
it's natural. Yeah, exactly. It doesn't turn your piss neon yellow like a Monster does. But those were dark times.
Where they just like the vibration was high.
The vibration was high. I was going for it. I was working. I was doing it. So I love a yerba.
So this, how many steps away from a Four Loko is a hard yerba mate?
Oh, that is a great question.
Because we have the stimulant depressant combination going on. Mm-hmm. Do they make hard rock stars and stuff like that?
I don't think I've ever seen a hard rock star.
They just expect you to put vodka in it.
Exactly. You just add your own. I feel like the Four Lokos, people haven't taken a risk like this in a while.
Yeah.
Because I don't see many caffeinated alcoholic beverages unless you're doing like a vodka Red Bull at
a DIY combo.
Exactly. But I don't think this is probably...
Because kombucha is tea. It usually has some caffeine.
Yeah, just a little though.
But you're just feeling like... That's like a little beer. It's like a little cider or something. I don't ever feel like I'm getting like the tea element of a kombucha when I'm drinking a boozy kombucha.
But this is like an adult Four Loko. This was made specifically for our generation. It's like y'all miss your youth.
Four Loko for like that you bring to your English professor's house party.
Exactly. Exactly.
You can do it. Mm-hmm.
But I am feeling a little
zazzy.
Exactly. It kind of pumped me up a little bit. Got a little caffeine going.
My eyes are bright. I am clean.
They're open. I'm ready.
So our mission is ahead of us. How many hard yerba mates can we put down in the next half hour?
Let's find out, and then we'll be up for the next 4 days.
Hammered, making mistakes.
Exactly. Exactly. The mix with alcohol, though, it's like, what's the point of using that focused energy when you add in alcohol to the mix? It just like
dancing. Like creative. I don't know. It's like, I don't feel like you really get your creative juices flowing when you're drunk.
I don't either. I've never had that, but I know people like say like write drunk, edit sober, or whatever. Maybe it was like Ernest Hemingway who said that. I don't remember, but
always could be
Mark Twain. I don't know, something like that. But I've never been able to like get drunk and then sit down and write something or craft or.
I mean, maybe like. More maybe you can have those like off the cuff funny moments and stuff if you're a little buzzed. You get that like comfortable, but that's weed for me. That's what does that job is that weed, the mind expanding power of pot.
Nice. Yeah, I think weed does that a little bit for me, but yeah, alcohol kind of, even when I try to drink before going on stage, it just doesn't, it kind of messes with my timing a little. I just get a little slurry, a little you're off just enough that it's like something's not hitting. Like I can't convey my emotions correctly or something when I'm drunk. So
I in my mind I'm like, oh, I have 2 drinks and I'm at my best, because I'm like not as self-conscious or something, but I'm probably not. I'm probably sloppy.
Yeah.
Oh man.
But maybe with the hard yerba mate it might be a different story.
Well, shit. We don't know. We don't know what's normal, but we're talking about it.
Exactly.
This is This Normal, the podcast where we take your anonymous confessions, quirks and queries, and we debate whether they're normal or special or something else altogether. I'm Erin Ingle.
I'm Alyssa Yeoman.
That's us.
Yes.
Here we are. Drinking hard yerba mate.
Yeah.
Exploring deep thoughts. I was driving yesterday. I was on a long drive and I was trying to think of something I could bring to you. Just so many thoughts, coursing through my head, and wanted to know what I should bring to the table to discuss today. And this is what lingered with me. I was wondering if it's normal to like stick around for the credits of the movie. This is probably at home. Stick around for the credits, and then when you get to a funny name, read it out loud. Who's with me? a nice like Turkington or something like something silly like a Dick Hand, or when you get to a name like that, you're like, ooh, who's the best boy? Who's the key grip on this film? Shout out to the gaffers.
Number 4. Yeah.
I don't know if I can't help it, and I know it's a thing. I know I'm not totally alone in it, but I wonder if it's normal or if it's kind of special.
It's feeling very special to me. I'm gonna be honest. I've never done that. Yeah. Mostly because I don't give a shit who works on movies. No, I'm kidding. I care. I get so self-conscious about pronouncing people's names.
Oh, yeah.
So I never think I just think it hasn't ever occurred to me to like see a funny name or try to say it out loud or anything, because I'm like, I'm going to be wrong anyway. But this feels special.
It's probably special.
It's a good life bit though.
There we go.
It's more a good life bit.
And I wish to God that I had like a fun example right now, but I don't, of course. So I'll text you next
Dick
time.
Hand was a good one. The old Dick Hand
something
name.
Like that. You're like, haha, you go through your life with that. What a hilarious thing.
Right?
Yeah, it's just a goofy bit when you're still finishing up your like Totino's pizza during the credits. I don't know.
Sitting there letting the movie wash over you. Mm-hmm.
But if you're streaming now, you're only getting like 5 seconds of
I know before they turn it off.
They launch it into like whatever they're hawking.
I know, seriously. They're like, you have 5, 4, 3. You're like, oh shit.
Oh my God. Am I sticking around?
Yeah,
are you still watching? Are we still watching?
I don't know. The panic. But no, this feels like a special fun characteristic. This is what makes you the life of the party, though. You know what I mean?
You're going to want to stick around to the credits with Ingle. She's got a real good goof.
You never know what names are going to come up. Wait to hear them names.
Ooh, the DiVincenzo brothers. I didn't know they were part of this.
Exactly.
Catering by Salty Susans. You gotta shout them out.
It's special. I would love it. I'd probably laugh every time.
I also, you know what I also do is like a child that's just learned how to read is I read signs aloud a lot on the side of the street, like whenever I'm driving by. It's just, I guess I'm just really proud of being able to read.
You're like, look at what I can do.
Who's proud of me?
I love reading the signs with that they change up on the highways, how they're always trying to put something to encourage you to not text and drive or whatever.
Or hell is real.
Yeah, exactly. The billboards.
The gospel ones are killer. Yeah.
Yes. I love that guy there's this conservative guy here in Washington who has that billboard, that Uncle Sam billboard.
Uncle Sam looking like a creep.
Yes, headed down to Oregon. And he always puts on his little bits about,
oh my God,
you're too woke.
They haven't changed in a long time. I know that it has been many, many months since he's changed it up. I don't know. One side is, how many Americans will we leave behind in Ukraine? Great. I don't know. And the other one is something like, oh yeah, it's currently something like people didn't die in World War II so you could show papers to buy groceries, which makes absolutely no sense, but it's certainly a COVID an anti-COVID requirement thing.
Yeah, he had an anti-woke sentiment last time I drove past a few months ago, and I'm like, the money that guy is spending to maintain that sign.
Yeah, I wonder.
Or does he just have all the letters now and he gets up there once a month and he's like, let me change this out? Does his wife help him?
I got a new fucking idea.
Yeah, exactly.
I've got a burning thought I need to share.
He writes it all down in a notebook before he puts it up there on the sign.
He's like, well, I only have 6 E's. So you gotta be, I'm conservative fiscally and also with the letters on my billboard.
Yes, exactly. No, I love the reading out loud. I think the reading out loud signs and stuff, very normal. I think the reading out loud of names, special. So okay. I'd say that.
Because nobody's watching those credits.
Nobody's watching the credits. And Ingo is, though. And Ingo knows your name.
I'm thinking of you, Gaffer. I'm thinking of you. Exactly. Personal assistant to Mr. Wahlberg.
Just wondering how you're doing out there, surviving with that name.
Wondering what you got paid.
Yeah, seriously. Oh my gosh. All right, should we hop into some more?
Yeah, let's hear what our people have to say.
Okay. First of all, been loving that people are writing in now. Love that. But
fills our hearts.
It does. Here's a good one. This one is it normal? Once a week, I realize I put on an item of clothing backwards or inside out at work.
Beautiful.
Oh, yeah. I feel like this happens to me a lot with my underwear.
That's almost the only thing.
Yes.
For me. I had the mic way away from my mouth there because I was so gobsmacked. But
yeah. Where I'll go to the bathroom and I'm like, oh, I guess my underwear is just inside out today. Yeah. Too late now.
And for most of the underwear I'm buying, what is the functional difference except that there's the liner, there's that extra piece of fabric.
Right.
Up against the puss. And... Eep. Yeah, but so it's probably not really doing any difference if it's inside out. There's a reason you don't notice. But an article of clothing, it's got to be shirts. It's got to be shirts.
Shirts, yeah, because you'll notice pants immediately if they're inside out. You can't zip.
Unless they're a nice soft pant. I guess a legging could go on inside out.
A legging, yes. Yeah. No hard pants though.
No, you're not crisscrossing it. You can't miss the jeans inside out.
Exactly.
But maybe you're like, oh, this is working for me.
But the shirts, and to happen at least once a week.
It's a sleepy dresser.
You got to start hanging up your clothes the way you put them on.
That's a good thought.
Because I think this is the type of person, I have a few friends like this who are chaotic hangers.
Whew.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that burns. That touches me deep.
Sometimes it's the shirt's inside out. Everything's facing a different way in the closet. So you're just grabbing and going.
I can't imagine going to the trouble of hanging it if you're hanging it inside out, but...
It's true. People do it.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking this person might be a sloppy hanger.
A sloppy hanger, or maybe you were like dressing from the clean laundry pile.
Oh, yes.
Always good. Especially if you're like, I'm like, this is a person that is, first of all, they got to go to the office. That's tough.
Right.
Or they're going to work, whatever it is. Maybe it's a movie theater, maybe it's whatever. But they're going in. That means they're on a schedule. They got to be somewhere. They're in a rush. It's the morning. They have to. It's dark out, maybe. I don't know. They got to get dressed as a person. Maybe they don't have time to put all the stuff on hangers. They're fucking busy.
Just a clean pile. You go.
Grab it and go. And then, I mean, here's the question, though. Do you fix it? Or do you commit to wearing it the way that it has been?
Yeah. And also, are your coworkers not saying anything to you?
Yeah.
Nobody's like, your tag is out.
Yeah.
Like,
I'm a bad news. I'm a tag tucker. I'm like, excuse me, miss. Total stranger here. Your tag's out.
Yeah, because it's like looking out. It's like if something's in your teeth, you're looking out for someone. I feel like it makes you a good Samaritan. So your coworkers, first of all, suck for not telling you. Put them on blast. Yeah, exactly. But if this is happening once a week, you might want to rethink your dressing habits. Maybe just a little more time in the morning. I know you're busy, but maybe a little 5 extra minutes. Just make sure everything's the right way.
Spick and span.
Exactly.
Hang it in a way, or lay it out the night before. I mean, it's not a big deal. Like,
right.
Going in inside out is better than going in like dirty, right?
True. Like, unless it's inside out, you got old like
pity pits
on it or something because you wore the shirt before, you just grabbed it.
Yeah.
Because that's what you risk with inside out too.
Yeah, not knowing what's on the outside that's in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So we'd like to think we're giving this person, as always, the benefit of the doubt that these clothes are clean, going on their body, fresh out of a nice laundry pile. But we don't know.
This might be day 6 of the same shirt. It's inside out. It's right outside in. It's the right way. It's the wrong way. Like Tuesday, I put it back on. My waist is going through the neck hole.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. I'm wearing it as a skirt now.
This seems to be, I would say, like once a week is what makes this special to me.
I agree.
I think everybody's done this, but not everybody's doing it once a week.
Yeah. I think once a week you are definitely one of a kind. And maybe like a chaotic professor or something.
Pretty fun coworker.
Probably a fun coworker. Yeah. Like, if Cheryl's coming in with the shirt inside out, she's like, wild today.
Somebody just woke up and caught the last train.
What'd you do last night? Awesome. Yeah, I think this is definitely special.
And it's charming.
It is charming.
Kind of charming.
Yeah. I think this person is endearing and I've never met them.
Manic pixie dream person energy.
Exactly. Exactly. Okay. Next one.
Oh, okay. Now this one came in unanonymously via Instagram, but I'm still going to keep them. I'm going to keep their identity on the DL. But shout out to friend of the pod for this question. Is it weird that I rewatch my favorite movies a lot? I'm talking, I've seen each one probably 50 or so times.
Woo! 50.
That's big. That's big. And I did follow up and I asked like how many movies are their favorite movies, and they said probably about 4. About 4 movies they've seen 50 times.
Okay, that's about 200 watches.
Yep. So that's like about
quick math.
8 to like maybe 800 hours of movies. 8 to 1,200 hours.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
So for me, I am a seldom rewatcher. There's a very small handful of movies that I've seen many times, and it's the ones that I like loved in my childhood. I can tell you right now, I've seen probably Grease, that movie. I've probably seen like at least double-digit times. Dirty Dancing I've seen many times. And then something like a Big Lebowski that is always on cable, like that I used to see pieces of all the time.
Yeah.
And I'll be honest, I bought Austin Powers on VHS when it came out as a child, and I watched that motherfucker a lot. Are you horny? Are you Randy? I'm 12. Let's shag.
Not to go too far off on a tangent here, but I recently rewatched Austin Powers, and I watched that movie a lot when I was a kid.
Yeah.
First, I do have some thoughts on this habit as well.
Okay.
But
digression.
I rewatched Austin Powers and I was like, I cannot believe I was allowed to watch this fucking movie.
Yeah.
And I was quoting it. I thought it was so funny. Parts of it have not aged well.
I'm sure. It's been a long time.
But shout out to Mike Myers.
Playing
Shrek.
all those roles.
Yeah. Doing it all. But that leads me to my point, which does remind me of a habit that I had when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a kid, it was like you found a movie you liked and you just watched it all the time. Yeah. And I eventually like grew out of that though. Uh-huh.
We probably have to throw out kids, like movies for kids, as like not even considered in this, because like every kid probably like had like whatever, like Lion King or whatever, and like your parents just put it on for you over and over and over again. You asked them over and over again. Right. You can't get enough of it as a kid. I think kids will rewatch things like a ton, but this, I feel like this is an active, I feel like this is an active habit, you know?
Okay.
It's not like I used to do this. I rewatch my favorite movies a lot. Like I currently rewatch them, and I've seen each one probably 50 or so times. So to me, that's a lot of watches.
That's a lot of watches. That's a lot of watches as an adult. Cause as an adult, I'm like, where's the time?
Mm-hmm. Okay, I'm also going to say this. This seems like a single person's game.
You think so?
I do. I think if you've got to agree with somebody else about what movie to watch on a given night, they're not going to be on board with the rewatches that many times.
Yeah.
Or at least you're doing this solo, you know, like you're like, maybe this is in your me time, you're watching the rewatches, because I don't think two people could possibly agree on rewatching something over and over again. Like you just would have different movies, I feel like, that you would want to rewatch in that case.
I guess too, when it comes to watching movies with other people, I'm a type of person who always wants to watch something nobody has ever seen.
100% agree.
That's like one of my movie rules where I'm like, let's watch a movie none of us have seen, because I want us to all experience this thing together for the first time.
Alyssa, I could not agree more. I think it's a human decency standard. I will occasionally be like, if I'm in a group and it's like something I really want other people to see and I've seen it already, say Everything Everywhere All at Once or whatever. Like, right. And the several people, like the majority of the people hadn't seen it. If I'm the only one that's seen it, I would be like, no, I would love to watch it again. Let's do it. I mean, maybe I would advocate for that do it. If I'm the one that has seen it, but I will never ever let somebody who's already seen it, like if you've already seen it, I'm gonna be like, well, we're definitely gonna watch something that we also
exactly.
So the rewatching is like private time, maybe like, you know, bedtime rewatch, or like
your comfort
movie, sad day, sick day, like feel better, a Bridget Jones, a whatever type, one of these movies. I did attempt a rewatch of Bridget Jones recently. It has not aged spectacularly, but it's also fine.
Yeah, I don't think I do a lot of rewatching. Yeah, just as an adult, there's not a lot of, I don't feel like I have any current comfort movies. I might rewatch something as an adult that I did watch as a kid that I had seen several times, which might add to the rewatch count. But since we're only talking about an active adult habit, I don't want to bring that into it. But yeah, I'm not spending a lot of time rewatching movies. And I guess, that's true. As a person who's coupled up, I'm trying to think of if I suggested like, oh, I want to watch When Harry Met Sally again. If we've already seen it together once, you're probably not doing it again. Unless you have favorite movies, unless you're a special couple who has like favorite movies. Or
it's a tradition.
Because
we do basically an annual Lord of the Rings rewatch. In this house, we believe that you have to rewatch the original trilogy once a year.
Get that sign for your guard, please. Please. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I guess tradition.
Do you have any traditions, like a holiday movie or?
Now that I'm thinking about it, there are some holiday movies that I have traditions that I watch with my mom. White Christmas is one of them.
Cute, sweet.
But, I guess,
but still, now I feel like I'm lying. Now you're not going to get to 50,
because I've probably seen Shrek about 50 times.
You think?
I think I've seen Shrek, if I count adult watches, because that's something I watch. Me and my friends will put on Shrek on Thanksgivings. And watch through as many as possible. So
you just watch it on loop as many times as possible?
Watch Shrek
as
1,
many Shrek
2
movies. Okay.
Yeah, the franchise. Not just one on the loop. Because we all know 2
Run it back.
Is just like skirt.
It's time for the pie comes out and we click play.
Right. I'm just hesitant to call this a single person's game.
Okay, all
only
right.
because
Fight back. Fight me.
Only because I'm like, because when you factor in like the sick days or a comfort movie watch at the end of the night or something like that, I'm like, you could technically do that partnered up.
You're right. I mean, I think you're not off base there. Maybe I spoke too soon.
Right. But then I'm like, it's because we know this person too. I'm like really thinking. I'm like trying to think about what I think their movie habits might be.
Oh yeah,
like.
and what movies they might be rewatching.
I wonder what.
Can't wait to hear.
I know. Please write us in and tell us what movies you're rewatching.
Mean Girls.
You think that would be on their list? I could see that being on their list.
I've seen that a couple times. I've seen it several times.
Several times too. But 50. There's probably shows I've seen, like Sex and the City. I used to own the box set of Sex and the City, and it used to be my comfort show. So I've probably seen that like several times in a row. Yeah. I'm just trying to like parse this out. I'm like, what's the counts? How are you making this happen?
Okay, so there's 50 or so times like of several movies. I'm just gonna draw it. I'm gonna draw my line. I'm gonna say I think that is special. I think that's more than your average, even for a rewatcher. I'm going to say like 50 or so times is probably a lot. That's a lot of life. That's a lot
special.
Of life to put into those movies.
You're right.
Am I talking you into it?
No, you're talking me into it. I mean, the numbers add up to be special. If you're thinking 50 times, you're seeing that.
Like I would give you like a dozen or like 2 dozen.
Right.
If that was the claim, I think I would say that was like probably like in the normal realm. But I think 50-ish is a special.
Right. If you have 4 movies, you're probably watching it more than a few times a year.
You know, and I just actually came up with another movie that I think is on this list, but I don't feel like I can say it on the pod without compromising their identity. We'll talk about it offline.
Okay.
I'm just gonna DM this person and say, and with my 4 guesses of what their top 4 movies.
I know. I really want to know their top 4. That might also change if it's special or normal to me too. If I heard the movies that they're rewatching, right? But no, I think you're probably right. That is special. That's a lot of hours to spend
when 50 years
as an adult person rewatching movies.
That's definitely more than once a year. That's almost twice a year for this person, each movie, which is, you know, you can spread it out. That's like not that bad, but
it's cool.
That's from birth.
Yeah. It's cool to be watching that. Most people, I mean, it's cool that you have your movies that you love like that.
They're a student of the craft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Bravo.
I could see The Craft being on their list too.
So you're gonna be with me? We're gonna call it special.
I think it's special. Okay. You're right. At the end of the day, I'm trying to like work it out in my brain. I want everybody to feel normal. I don't know,
it's true. And they asked if it was weird. It's not weird.
It's not weird.
It's not weird. But it's you know, it's exceptional.
It's exceptional. And I would love to hear, this is someone though that you would love to talk to about their favorite movies because they probably have so much to say. I
would love to hear anybody's like, the major,
takes.
The most like, or the movies that somebody's seen the most times.
Right.
Give me a word cloud of like your most watched movies.
Yes, send that in. Okay, final one.
Okay.
Is it normal to keep all good guys in the friend zone?
Ooh.
I love this one.
We haven't talked about the friend zone in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think so.
The friend zone. I think this is one of those things that we can like kind of take some different like angles from it here.
Okay.
Like top of my head, you know, I'm like, there's the person that writes this in saying, like, and what they're saying is like, I don't go for good guys. I make bad choices, right? Like
right.
The good guys are in the friend zone and then I have bad partners or whatever.
Right.
Okay. There's that read. Then there's also, I think, another way to look at it, which is I don't want to lose these goodies. Let's be friends because I don't want to fuck things up with you. because I'm bad. I'm a nasty baddie.
Nasty baddie.
I'm a bad partner, and I'm going to ruin our relationship if we date. I don't know. But I feel like the more common use of friend zone is to say like, yeah, like you're in the more common like way that people complain about the friend zone is like, oh, I'm a good guy and they want to be friends. They date these bad guys.
Right. Yeah. I feel conflicted about this one.
Tell me about it.
Because to me, the friend zone is the end zone. Okay.
Like that's the best place?
I think, well, here's the thing. If you're in my friend zone, you always will have the opportunity to possibly leave the friend zone.
All right.
Because I love my friends, and that's usually how I fall for people. We were talking about When Harry Met Sally.
Yeah.
Maybe I've seen it probably 20 times. But I definitely romanticize the like, we've been friends for all this time. That friendship blossoms into something more. And so I don't necessarily believe in the friend zone. I feel like the friend zone is a place to be picking from.
Yeah, it's the best place to be.
Exactly. Because it's like you get each other. You're already friends. You have all this. Or, friendship is foundational to any good relationship, healthy relationship. But to keep all good guys in the friend zone, I feel like might be, and unfortunately, this is me assuming that this is coming from a cis heterosexual woman. And it's a very common stereotype.
Yeah.
For that gender.
Yeah.
To be like, I keep the good guys in the friend zone.
Yeah. So they're saying I am the stereotype potentially.
Right. Potentially. Because I mean, I've seen the Reddits where it's like, oh, this guy's so nice. He came and bought flowers for my mother and did this for me and this for me. But he's just such a good friend. And you're like, is he trying to be your friend? Yeah. It's guys are more, I feel like guys are more, cis hetero guys are more strict on their friend zone rules too. Keeping like girls who could be good mates for them in the friend zone and not moving them out. It's just a very heteronormative thing, the friend zone, I think.
I feel like most of my friends that in queer relationships are like still friends with the person that they did date, or like or they can pass more easily between friends and relationships and
So but that being said, all good guys in the friend zone, I mean, it's leaning toward actually pretty normal for me.
Yeah, I mean, if it's maybe there's a reason that's the stereotype or whatever. Like, and yeah, I mean,
because I've definitely said that whenever I was under the assumption that I was just a straight hetero woman, there were guys who I'd be like, he's just too good of a friend.
Yeah,
maybe like once or twice. But it was usually code for I'm just like not attracted to that person.
Yeah.
Whereas other times,
that's the thing.
Yeah. Where other times I'd be like, oh, he's such a good friend
that I would like to do.
Exactly. That I would love to know a little more about. So,
yeah. I mean, is there anybody that I've been like attracted to and friends with that I would have said like, I can't ruin this relationship by dating them? No. If you're like,
I don't believe in that at all.
I think that's where what do you call it? Like a logical fallacy that the Redditors of the angry friend zoned Redditors are like, she just won't fuck me.
Right.
But if this is a she who is guilty of that, it's like, I don't know. I mean, so
yeah,
you don't want to date like abusive bad people and stuff. That's too bad. If you like have ample opportunities to have a good partner and you keep declining it, that's too bad.
Right.
It's unfortunate, but
I almost feel like if it's a good enough friend, it's almost worth the risk of trying to date.
Love the take.
Yeah, I'm almost like, oh, okay, we have all this chemistry and this connection. I believe in that chemistry and connection. Let's take a risk on that. And, you know, regardless of what happens, you know, our relationship will change as it's meant to.
I think both of our partners are people that like would have been hypothetically risky to like have the relationship somehow end catastrophically badly. Like they were friends, right?
Well, yeah, me and Isaac weren't really friends. This was actually one of the first people I ever dated that I feel like I wasn't like truly homies with before I dated.
Interesting. Okay, well, me and Baird were definitely homies. Like,
oh, I see that. Y'all, it still emanates from your relationship.
Our friendship.
Yeah, exactly.
Thank you. But it's like one of those things that I was like, oh, okay. Like if I was not interested in him, then I could have, not dated him. But in either case, it would have been like, it would have been really unfortunate if it ended badly. But like the friend zone as a place where you keep people because you, quote, don't want to ruin the good thing.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how realistic that is, because it's usually would be worth it.
Right.
I think I've gone on a major tangent here.
Yeah.
I'm not really sure how to read it, but to keep all good guys in the friend zone,
it reads as kind of toxic.
I wonder if it's okay. That is 100% the answer. It is toxic.
I think it reads as a little toxic.
And I'm all of a sudden wondering if this was written in by a good guy in the friend zone.
Oh shit. Which is, if it's written in by a quote unquote good guy in the friend zone, I would question if you were a good guy, because you would be like, just keep me in the friend zone.
Yeah.
Then that teeters on incel-y behavior.
Because it's not clear that it's I keep all. It doesn't say that. It says to keep all.
Keep all good guys.
Is this the fucking
some dude? Yeah. Being like, so this bitch. Yeah.
Is it normal to not be able to maintain relationships with people of different genders?
Oh yeah.
So not normal, not special, toxic.
Maybe a little toxic, right? Because it's like all good guys. Some good guys deserve a chance. It also does allude you're either still dating bad guys. If you're a good guy writing this in, quote unquote, toxic of you to be like, they keep all good guys in the friend zone.
And if this is a cis hetero woman, is it toxic?
Oh, I think so too. I think so too.
Ooh, you got by Yeoman and Ingo. We are usually out here making space for all types.
Right. We forgive the parking pass guy and we're like, how dare you keep good guys in the friend zone?
I don't know. Yeah, I almost like don't think this is like a bad faith. It's like a bad faith argument or whatever. Like, right. Is it normal to keep all good guys in the friend zone? It's like, just maybe it's like, maybe we'd have to say it's like toxic because it just doesn't happen. Like it's like some people are crossing over, and if they're not, then maybe they're not that good guys.
Right.
Yeah, it's a tough read. It's a very ambiguous, like it doesn't feel like somebody's confession necessarily.
Right.
I've decided that I don't think it's coming from a person that says it's saying they do it. I don't know.
You think it's coming from a good guy?
I think it's coming from a quote unquote good guy. Yeah. A nice boy.
I think whoever submitted this, regardless of if you're the nice boy or a cis het woman keeping good guys in the friend zone, therapy.
Yeah.
Just give it a shot.
Yeah.
Just talk it out with someone. Maybe you'll figure out where this avoidant attachment comes from.
Why don't you want to be loved?
Exactly. Yeah. Maybe it was mom.
And also, or why can't you value just a friendship?
Right. Yeah. True. So true. Yeah. Okay. Who knew we had so much thoughts about the friend zone? Maybe we have a whole episode on that.
Normcore, where are we at? Are we in the friend zone? I think we are, and you're welcome.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Well, I think that's it.
I think it's a good place to
file
leave
this under toxic.
Yeah.
New category. Different from illegal, but still just something to think about as a person. Something to think about. If you like this podcast, share it, subscribe, review, rate,
submit.
Yes, submit your entries for Is This Normal through the Google link form below. It is in the show notes and it's completely anonymous. You can also email us at isthisnormalcomedy@gmail.com. If you want to give feedback, let us know how you feel about the friend zone. Want to write in a confession and you want us to know it's you because you're proud. We would love that. We'll still keep you anonymous, but
we'd like to know.
It does go into obviously how we think about the normal part of it or not.
Who's coming from? Yeah. Write us the movies that you've seen more than a dozen times, or if you've seen them 50 plus. We'd like to know.
As an adult, tell us that.
Caveat.
And yeah, that's it for today.
Yeah. Until next time, you're special.
You're normal.
And we love you.
We hope y'all like that one. Okay, bye.
Bye.